Where would we be without the various products delivered by the men and women in the trucking industry? Healthy Conversations in Trucking podcast is a platform for professional long-haul truck drivers to share their journeys over the road, educating listeners about the trucking industry and lifestyle. Now, let's dive into the conversation on this brand new episode. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this episode. I'm really happy to know that we are at episode 25, which means this is 25 weeks for us on the podcast. We started back in the beginning of February, and we've had the honor of meeting some amazing men and women who choose this profession, and I've had the opportunity to hear their stories over the road. You know, what they haul, what they like about being over the road, what they don't like so much, you know, what brought them into this work and this field, and what part of the country they really enjoy being in. We've even had the special honor of speaking with someone in Germany and bringing a different perspective from a totally different country. Some of our guests have had years of experience, 18, 20, 25, even 30 years of experience over the road. We've talked to men, women, we've talked to couples. It's really been interesting, and they haul a variety of products from hazmat to cars, all sorts of equipment. And it's been just really exciting to learn about their stories, what brought them into trucking. And just every single time I interview someone, I learn something different. Now, I've talked to just a handful of drivers who are relatively new, and I've always put out the call, I've asked for you to share this with your friends and with your colleagues, and inviting people to be guests on this show, come on and speak with me and my husband, Jonathan, who co-hosts with me, and just to answer some of our simple questions and just get to know you and share that on this podcast. We've gotten some great feedback for the episodes that we've had so far, and people are really enjoying the stories. So I'm here again asking for your help. First of all, I'm looking for anyone who is over the road who'd like to share their stories. Just come and chat with us about what you do and what brought you to the field, and just the way that we've chatted with some of our guests so far. You can go back and listen to some of those episodes to get an idea. But I'm also asking for brand new drivers. I actually had this idea recently, and I'm going to start in my local area, but I'm interested in speaking with brand new drivers. I may even visit some of the schools, the truck driving schools that are local to me, so that I can go in and meet with some of the instructors and meet with some of the people that are in training, and just get an idea of, what made them decide, like at this present time, what made them decide to go into trucking. And maybe I can speak with them, meet with them at that time, and give them a little bit of an opportunity to get on the road, and then speak with them in that early phase. I'd really love to hear what it's like when you're just really getting used to driving. You graduate from school and you're just, in those first few weeks, first couple of months, really trying to settle in. I think that would be an interesting conversation to have, as well as people who maybe they're just completing that first year and everything is really fresh within that first year, somewhere between graduating from truck driving school and hitting that 1 year mark. I'd love to speak with people who literally starting this career in the middle of a pandemic. That's, we've talked to a few folks that have started, right in that time frame, but I'd really like to just know what it's like right now. And given, the way fuel prices are, a lot of the shortages and issues that we've had as a result of the pandemic, and just some of the special challenges that people are facing as they're going into the industry right now. So if you know someone who fits that description, they're either that gap between just graduating, from the truck driving school and hitting that first year mark, somewhere in there. If you know someone who fits that description, share this episode with them and invite them to join me on an episode. I'd love to talk with them and just kind of understand what it's like to start this career, this field, new at this stage, at this time, in life. Of course, at any moment, any of you have been listening, if you've got more experience, then I'd love to hear from you. But I'm really looking to build more episodes so that we can really increase our episodes beyond just once a week and have more guests on the show. And we can only do that with you. So we need you to help us by sharing this, and also specifically with those new people that I'm really looking to recruit and invite to be a guest on the show, just to kind of share, hear more of their why, like their thought about going into the industry now and what they expect and, what they are looking for, and just love to speak with them. All right. So as always, if you've been listening and if you're enjoying these episodes, we ask you to rate and review the podcast. We really appreciate that. But also, if you've been a guest already on the podcast and you're listening, and I appreciate you for that, please invite your colleagues. Pick one person that you think would be great to come on the podcast. Pick one person and just reach out to them and say, hey, go to this website, click be a guest, and pick a time so that she can call you and you can be on this episode. It's really that simple. You know it because you've already gone through it. So I'm really heavily recruiting for guests. I need your help for us to grow this podcast. I appreciate you all of you that listen and all of you that share. And I look forward to speaking with your friends and colleagues and building this podcast beyond the 25 episodes. So I'm celebrating episode 25. That's 25 weeks. And I'm looking forward to the next 25. All right. That's all I have for today. Really short and sweet. It's a big ask and an invitation for the new folks, and I appreciate you all. So thank you again and have a great day. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Conversations in Trucking podcast. Learn more or be a guest on a future episode by visiting healthyconversationsinTrucking.com or simply HCITpodcast.com.